Hello, everyone. Welcome to LOCKBEARD Random Live, number 83, Georgia Guidestones. Where's Lowrider? Lowrider is one of the people asking for a live tonight. I see Michael's here, Villainous as well. Welcome. No problem, Michael. I'm here, but this light's just damn bright. Villainous says drop in to say hello, and I will be listening in tonight. Great shows recently, as always. Thank you, Villain. Brian and Chewy's here. Welcome. So, I don't know if I said the date. It's July 15th, 2022, Friday. A lot of people here just coming off of watching Pat's show and Joe's show, which had a lot of overlap, so it's hard to watch both. Anyway, so there's been people expressing, well, what they think about the demolition of the Georgia Guidestones, the bomb in particular, saying that some people are almost celebrating it. And, I talked about this before, people shouldn't destroy monuments, period. They just shouldn't do it. Maybe some of the people celebrating the Georgia Guidestones being blowed up would be someone who would complain about a Civil War monument being taken down. So, yeah, neither one should be taken down. Donald says, I was just over at Bigfoot Odyssey. Why is everyone trying to raise money for a group that stole audio? It's been proven. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't watch Bigfoot Odyssey. Much bullshit over there. Michael says, I wonder if they're going to sell the rubble of the Georgia Guidestones. I don't know. If they were thinking, they would. But I mean, what if they were really thinking? What they should have done is just left it lie. We have plenty of ancient archaeological sites where the places fall apart, right? But they don't go in there and clean it up. They don't pick up all the rubble and cart it away. This place was just as much a tourist attraction, partially demolished, as it was, or if not more so, but than it was when it was intact. And they probably should have given somebody the opportunity to try and repair the damage. It's possible that quite a bit of repair could have been done. But Randall Carlson said it pretty good. He this clip I'm about to show. He's the first part. There's part of it there. He's reading what somebody else said, and then he at some point he'll tell you like this was his response. So you know, not all the words he's about to say are his words, but some of them are. So you kind of got to pay attention to what he's saying to know, you know, which part's his and stuff like that. So, if you do not know who Randall Carlson is, you should. You should. You really should.
It's good to get this latest to rest. Right. Brian James, whom I knew through the Theosophical Society, posted this. He says, I have read and studied every aspect of this monument. He's talking to somebody who's like invoking the New World Order kind of thing. You assume that it's meant for us, in quotes, now. But, and I agree with what he's saying here. But it was meant for a post-apocalyptic world, a fear that was widespread in 1980. And in the midst of the Cold War, this was a time where the fear of what Russia would do was in the air. No killing necessary, as this would be rules meant for after a cataclysmic event. There is no racism, as he called for diversity and recognized all nations in their languages, or no eugenics or need to killing, as eugenics does not call for diversity in reproduction, which he does call for. And the population of 500 million was based on numbers to maintain a beginning society that has to start over. So Herbert Kirsten was according to his research, Herbert Kirsten was R.C. Christian. He was a Rosicrucian, and that's why the monuments had so many Rosicrucian symbolism in it. Let's see, he says the only reason it became public land, which it did in 2005, is because Herbert died that year. The family that owned the land were esotericists. Anyways, he says it's not satanic, Luciferian, reptilian, space alien, secret Masonic plot to reduce the existing population, none of that. Don't talk about what you don't know. And then I responded, and I said that this post from Brian James is the best and most rational explanation for the meaning and purpose of this monument, and completely accords with my own researches and studies into this matter. It was absolutely intended as a time capsule and a monument to a post-apocalyptic world with guidelines for the restoration of civilization. It was not a clandestine instruction to some secretive cabal with a genocidal depopulation agenda. That is internet nonsense gone off the rails. The only addendum I would add to what Brian had to say is that RC was also likely considering a natural catastrophe as well as nuclear war, which in some relatively plausible scenarios of the time invoked polar shift. A sight line, which there was, to the North Star Polaris, could conceivably allow one to calculate the amount of axial or crustal displacement in the aftermath of a pole shift.
Yeah.
The fact that solstice and equinoctial lines as well as lunar cycles were incorporated into the design would facilitate reorientation to the cosmos in a world needing a geodetic and calendrical reset. The fact of 8 languages conveying the same message could serve as a sort of Rosetta Stone for future linguists to recover languages that might otherwise have become lost. I think it was also intended to be provocative and inspire discussion. But in the world of 2022, open dialogue of controversial ideas is no longer acceptable. The destruction of the Georgia Guidestones was a wanton act of vandalism by ignorant fanatics and I hope the perpetrators are caught and brought to justice. So there's my statement on the matter. It's good to get this latest to rest.
And I agree with him. It was wrong to do, and people don't understand what the Guidestones were actually saying. People are letting their imaginations run wild and coming up with all kinds of crazy conspiracy theories behind the Georgia Guidestones. None of them founded at all. And so now we have a destroyed monument for absolutely nothing. And people out there celebrating just fucking nothing. Just nothing. It's just yeah. So I have another segment.
Part of it too was the fact that decline.
And we'll hold up on it for a second because I'm not sure. I'm having some buffering issues here. So I might give it a second. Michael says he reminds me of somebody except heavier. Patty Troy says, "What do you mean, Donald? What's going on?" Mr. Hughes says, "Hello. What's up, Mr. Hughes? Welcome, Patty Troy. Welcome, Mr. Hughes." Michael says, "I thought a pole shift came from wearing boxers 2 sizes too big." Well, could be. Could be. The real Polytees here. Welcome. He says, "Sup, players." So let me give the second segment of video a try. Hopefully it works.
Part of it too was the fact that the declining granite industry of Alberton County, and why the Masonic group there in town, which included the banker, included the landowner, included the pyramid family, Joe Findlay, right? You already mean his quarries were called pyramid quarries, so you can actually see that, as I see the pyramid right over Russ's left shoulder there. But so they were we're totally on board. This would be really the coolest thing if we do this, And so they brought together some of the highest quality granite that they had in the county. They brought together stone carvers. They brought together linguists, engravers, engineers, astronomers. And they all came together around this project. And now some stupid fucker goes out there and blows the thing up because he's motivated by his own ignorance and fanaticism. That's my opinion on the matter. Yeah. And rather than saying what did the guy who designed this actually mean by this one particular line? Well, I think we've covered that. And there's nobody. I would challenge anyone to try to come up with some kind of definitive line between those guys from 40 years ago who built that thing and some New World Order cabal right now that's imposing the COVID on us and supply chain disruptions and all the rest of that stuff. See, that's fantasy. And what that is, that's psyops, because what happens is there's real conspiracies out there, right? And what's the best way to keep people from perceiving and becoming aware of the real conspiracies is you just get as much mud in the water as you can with stupid conspiracies to get people believing stuff. Because now what happens is the real conspiracies get lost in the noise of the make-believe conspiracies that are being fed to the ignorant masses who don't know how to think rationally. And in fact, one of the guidelines there on there was, let reason, be a guide to the interaction of people. Reason, is that the kind of thing that the New World Order cabal would be promoting the exercise of individual reason. You know, I just don't have time for these people that want to shut down any kind of dissenting point of view or something that they don't agree with or don't understand. And clearly this was the act of somebody who didn't understand. And I think part of it too was the fact that declining, granite industry of Alberton.
Yep. So there you have it. There you have it. So people just don't understand. And, do you really want to support someone bombing shit? Do you really want to support that? I don't think you do. And a lot of that, what he said there, pertains to Bigfoot, right? Muddy in the water. One of my biggest complaints about things. Except that in the Bigfoot community and cryptids and paranormal in general, it isn't the government necessarily. It's people out there trying to take advantage of the people who are interested in the subject and spread false information or misinformation. They lie, they make shit up. It's hurting the search, right? If the water's muddied, you can't find out what's real. You got freaking flat earthers out there, for fuck's sake. Muddy in the water. They're getting people where they hardly know what's real or not. Hell, we even got Mr. Lee, who thinks maybe the moon landing didn't happen. Grasshoppers here, welcome. Says yep. Patty Troy says sometimes it's not that deep. People sometimes destroy from boredom. Rex Hand says hello, Lockbeard. Welcome, Rex. Michael says 20 attacks like that on strategic locations could be horrible. Yeah. Oh, and Patty asked, do they know who did it? And why? No, I don't. I don't think so. At least not yet. But man, you just got. Why would someone hate that monument so much that they would be willing to? Well, I mean, go to jail for a long time for setting an explosive. You can't just be blowing shit up like that. When the monument doesn't say anything horrible. It doesn't say, oh, we need to wipe out 7.5 billion people. It doesn't say that. It does not say that. It says a lot of sensible things is what it says. In multiple languages. And as Randall was talking about there, in the distant future, someone might have found that monument and it would have helped them decipher a lot of things because of all the different languages saying on the monument. The real Polity says I'm 11 what? Levam X straight? What? Mr. Hughes says, Patty Troy, that has people thinking why it was attacked. Yeah, I mean, it could have just been some person, just is scared about what it says, and didn't understand what they were saying. I mean, like there's people trying to say it's Freemasons. Randall Carlson, who you just saw talking on the screen, is himself a Freemason. Now, do you think that if they're engaged in some big conspiracy to fool the world, that he would be spending all this time trying to show people um, all of this information about ancient civilization? No. So many people make claims about the Freemasons, and I still not seen anything that proves that they're some evil group or satanic or any of the ridiculous claims that are made. They just don't hold water. People just get spooked by stuff that they don't know anything about, and Michael says I got 5 says. I got 5. I assume you mean you got $5 that says they never find who did it. Paula T says no hate, just love for all. Oh, Patty Choice says maybe Mr. Hugh the Monument had much more attention lately. Michael says Biggie, Tupac, and the Guidestones, and Jimmy Hoffa. Patty Troy says, Michael, I got $10 that they make a TikTok about it. Yeah, that'd be funny. They probably will. Whoever it is probably that stupid. But maybe not. Rick Sand says didn't have a time capsule with some Quaaludes in it. Might have wanted their stash back. Well, I'm wondering, I'm wondering about the time capsule. When they demolished the monument, did they take out the time capsule, or is the time capsule still on the ground? What's going on there? Polly, I have no idea how much you had to drink tonight. Seems you're not able to speak English. No English there. Donald says to Michael, that wouldn't surprise me. Cletus McFarland sold grindings of DeSoto Speedway in mason jars. And people will buy anything. So I don't know, who owns the Guidestones or who owned them before they were blowed up. But I don't know if they had any say about it. What, did the county own it? I don't know. But it's too bad that some ridiculously rich person didn't go and say, "Hey, I'll restore this monument." Patty says those pre-80s Quaaludes were supposed to be the bomb. Mr. Hughes says that monument was to stand a nuke. Well, obviously it wouldn't have withstood a nuke, but it might because it was out in the middle of nowhere, right? So, it's not a hopefully it would survive a nuclear war because it's nowhere near ground zero anywhere, I would guess. Michael says, Mr. Fuller, they'll make a killing off headstone waste from monument companies. Will they now? Will they? And where's Mr. Lee tonight? He's slacking. So, Lowrider, who I guess is not going to show. Was just throwing out all kinds of topics. This was not one of them. This was just something I was going to do. Makes me wonder where his mind's at. Some of the, he talked about Roman concrete and Greek fire and all these random ass topics. Where are you at, Lowrider? Come on. Polly says, okay, I'm a cack ass. I'm a cack ass. Is that cack? Is that supposed to be cock? You're a cock ass? You got cock in your ass? What are you trying to tell us, Polly? Donald Fuller says it's Friday. Mr. Lee is at the gin mill having keto-friendly drinks. Mr. Lee, there's no such thing as a keto-friendly drink. Alcohol throws you straight the fuck out of ketosis. So, yeah. If someone's selling him keto-friendly drinks, they're scamming him. Don't you know? So what else is going on? Saw Pat talking about a missing 411 disappearance. It's I used to like the missing 411 stuff, but at the end of the day, Polites, he's got some flaws in his some of his conclusions. One of the things is he always he likes to bring up, there's a lot of these disappearances have something in common, and he has this list of things they have in common, and one of them is that there's a weather event, right? There's some kind of storm that happens, blah blah blah. Well, of course, people are going to be harder to find if there's a freaking storm. So, he's trying to say that he's trying to make people think that there's some kind of paranormal thing happening surrounding the disappearances of these people, instead of just rubbing some Occam's razor on it. The simplest explanation is most likely the truth, and yeah, you're gonna have a harder time finding a missing person if there's a storm. There's nothing mystical about it. There's no paranormal anything necessary for that. It's just people are more likely to not to be found, or even to more likely to get lost if there's a storm. Michael says, meat beer. Patty Troy says, Pat did a good show. Lots of info on that case. Yeah. And Spence Field, it was, when people mention, when that's been mentioned talking about this case, it rang a bell for me, because, and I didn't know about this case in 2008, but I was in that area along the Tennessee North Carolina border, and I was at Spence Field panning gold, and yes, I did find some gold there. And it was on that trip when I had that incident where something was watching me, and I turned around, went back the way I came. It was not at Spence Field, but it wasn't, any great distance from there. There's mountains there, and like Pat brought up and others have brought up, in that terrain, a little child is not going to get far. You're not going to, at least not fast. You're not going to get very far very fast. So that is true. Polly says, Block, you can spare any way you want to be fine. I can see all the shit. I'm just trying to tell you that something. Sometimes the bigger picture isn't what you fucking seem to be. I'm trying to understand this sentence. Block, you can spare any way you want to be fine. I can see all the shit. I'm just trying to tell you that sometimes the bigger picture isn't what you fucking seem to be. I'm not entirely sure what you're saying there. Not entirely sure. Michael says we are saving the hairy catfish homicide till tomorrow. Yeah. I was gonna do that. Was one of the things I want to talk about tomorrow, because tomorrow's paranormal is the paranormal show, right? This isn't really This isn't specifically the paranormal, although there is nothing paranormal in that case. Rex says Mr. Lee stuck down to the donut shop, Carb City. Really, Mr. Lee. Mr. Hughes says fish for dinner tomorrow, Michael. Yes, sir, Mr. Hughes. Donald says, was this area anywhere close to the wild ponies? I don't know anything about wild ponies. Am I missing something? I'm not sure what you'd be talking about there, Mr. Fuller. I caught the first part of Joe's show, but I can't do I don't like trying to watch two shows at the same time. So I'm going to watch the rest of it on replay, because I went ahead and jumped over to Pat's when he came on. But Joe was talking about the crystal skulls, and yeah, it's a pretty interesting thing as well. I'm not sure. It was kind of weird as an Indiana Jones movie. It was kind of weird. Alien, we haven't had aliens, but it was an okay movie. It'd be a lot better if they didn't have no Shia LaBeouf in it. They can get rid of him, and it would be a lot better. Michael says the wild ponies are OBX. I just don't know what you guys are talking about. No idea. Polly says tomorrow means CWI. Polly, are you sure you're not drinking? I'm not able to decipher anything you're saying. Donald says there's wild ponies that people hiking the AT film. There's wild ponies that people hiking the AT film. Somewhere around what they call the Balds, I think. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. Squat, okay. Page Troy says shy in the buff is okay. Outer Banks. Michael says, Mr. Fuller, sorry I didn't know about those. Yeah, I don't know what you guys are talking about. Joe says, hey y'all, I'm going to bed. Just popped in to hit the like button and see who Lockbeard says can fuck all the way off this time. Oh, who can fuck all the way off today? AOC. AOC can fuck all the way off today. Because she fucking nuts. She's crazy. Did y'all see where she said that she was saying that the Capitol Police let those people in? Why in the fuck? Like, that's what, like, people like myself have been saying. We're like, look, those people didn't storm shit. The Capitol Police let them in. They opened the gates, and people probably just walked in, a lot of them, just because they thought, well, they're letting us in. I guess we can go in. It's just really weird. Why is AOC saying it? Like, she's, like, pretty much telling us, by saying that, she's telling people that, look, those people didn't go in. They didn't force their way into shit. They were let in. So why is she saying that? That's just crazy. But she's nuts. Sometimes I just don't think she knows what the fuck she's saying. She's just fucking nuts. Donald says to Michael, there's some along the Appalachian Trail that are taken care of by an organization. So you're talking about ponies? So there's people taking care of ponies along the Appalachian Trail. Or Appalachian, depending on who you is. Michael says, OBX Outer Banks of North Carolina, home of the wild ponies. So there's like literally animals, wild ponies running around out there. Yeah, I don't know anything about that, but wild ponies. See if I can find something on that. Well, seeing a little bit on them. See if I can bring up the video. Well, maybe. We'll see. Rick Sand says, what about Sleepy Joe trying to buy oil from Saudi Arabia? And they said no. Yeah. Joe, you just got to use our oil. We got oil here, man. We got oil. Angel says, Donald, there are some running on the strip mines. Talk about the wild ponies. These look awful tame to me. Yep, them look awful tame to me. Letting people film pretty close. Donald says, yes, if they feel they are getting overpopulated, they will round them up and sell them. Well, that's good. Icon's here. Welcome. He says, you're on. You're missing the Uncle Kenny show, man. Yeah. Well, some people were saying go live. So, I figured I'd go ahead and go live. Although I'm kind of regretting it. I'm kind of tired. Icon says, oh, glue on the hoof. Yep. No, they have fangs. Horses with fangs, huh? I don't think they got any fangs, but welcome, Angel. She says, hi, everyone. Just saw El Bay was on, dropping in for a few minutes. Cool. Thanks for dropping in. Michael says they're bloodthirsty ponies. Donald says try and hop on one. They have hoofed a few hikers with no warning. Well, you know, should be, if you're going to hike in the mountains, you should be prepared to be attacked by some kind of beast. Didn't think it would be ponies, but whatever. Icon says I do like horses, just not pet horses. There's Lowrider. Says say hello to Speedy. There's Lowrider. Jen's here too. She says hi, Lock. Ponies. Killer ponies. Man. Killer ponies, huh? I'm just not seeing it. I don't know. Just not seeing it. See if I can get some images of the. There we go.
Hi everyone, it's Liam here from A Shot of Wildlife. And today I'm in the reed bed here. The wild, when they escape, they have been released of the country seconds, and to a large feature, its tusks. Both males and females have these elongated canine teeth that extend beyond their bottom lips, but with the males they are usually significantly longer. They're used for fighting, and apparently they can move in their sockets to get out of the way when they are eating. The deer also have dark noses and teddy bear-shaped heads. Their tail is short and unnoticeable most of the time, and their colour varies from almost grey in the winter to orangey brown throughout the warmer months. As their name suggests, these deer are mainly found in wetland habitats, especially marshland, fens, reed beds, and they'll often feed among arable fields. The diet is mostly made up of weeds, grasses and herbs, and unlike other species of deer, they aren't thought to feed upon saplings and tree bark very often. Although Chinese water deer numbers in the UK seem to be slowly rising, the numbers in their native range have plummeted over the last 50 years, with some populations in mainland China already considered completely extinct. I can't find any reliable estimates for how many there are in the UK, but these numbers must be out there somewhere, as researchers from the Imperial College in London in 2020...
Yeah, they're not giving you a good look at them. But yeah, they're a deer with big old fangs. But they won't hurt you. Michael says about 2 finger pokes in the eye and trigger will back off. Like ribeyes. Jen says, just going by the comments, they don't look like killer ponies. Michael says, well, Jen, they fooled you too. Icon says, I follow a guy on YouTube that has mini horses that get used on scaled down tillage equipment. That's cool to see. Did I have an echo? Sorry about that. Don't nibble your bum. And welcome, Danny. Thanks for dropping in. Rex says, if you were in a crisis situation, you would do well to be armed. Yep. Michael says when you get close enough, they pounce on you and drain your blood. Get the holy hand grenade, huh? But they taste good. They probably just taste like deer. Donald says the icon though. I was watching that video of the steam tractor they built off from the case blueprints. Pretty cool. Yeah, where's Mr. Lee though? Man, I'd like to ask him about these UK introduced water deer. If he's run across, like, I bet someone sees that thing and they might think it's a dog, man. 154 or 150 horsepower. Yep. But no killer ponies. What else should we look at? No suggestions. Well, shoot. Donald says to Icon, not sure, but they were pulling a multitude of tillers with ease. Jim says, when we went to Disney, my dad had this kid convinced the mallard ducks were vampire ducks. Yeah. Some people are scared of ducks, but they really can't do shit to you. Not duckula. Yeah, duckula.
So you wear that helmet because your brother tries to read your mind?
Yeah, but he's in a wheelchair, so Steven.
Someone's coming. It's Russell, sir, and he's not alone.
Secure the children. They will not replace us.
What do you say we go fuck some shit up?
Let's fuck some shit up is my legal middle name.
Watch my back. I got the old man.
Amen, brother.
Time to make the chimichangas.
30 seconds.
I finally know why I'm here. I was raised in this place. Well, not raised, I was tortured.
Wow. It's your cosmic reason for being here. Shall we?
This is gonna be fun.
Yeah. Hey, I need to ask you, what's with the dirty, disgusting hobo bear?
It's not dirt, it's the blood of my dead daughter.
Are you bear god? It's me, Margaret. Get me some. They say laughter heals anything, except, of course, that. We should just cue the music.
Russell! You don't need to do this! Let's talk!
Why are you dressed like the Unabomber? That's why.
This little fucker's too far gone.
Zip it, Thanos. We have a deal, and you fucker.
Hey! I'm gonna shove that cab driver right up your ass.
My body and my hands are so soft.
You should
I think
probably
I'll
head back to the car.
It works best when you pull the trigger. I got it. It's amazing.
Yeah, oops. Yeah, muted. I know. Muted. We'll go back to some of these comments. Did this dude, Michael says, I know a Canadian goose that broke a man's collarbone. Did the dude, was he a particularly weak fella? And Jen says, Locke, what do you think about them trying to bring back the mammoths? Good idea or not? This is a good idea. We evolved in that ecosystem. And a big rock hit the planet and wiped out a bunch of our prey. So I think it's okay to, because it's not that far back, and it's this ecosystem we live in today is supposed to have all these gigantic animals: woolly mammoths, mastodons, cave bear, giant ground sloths, giant armadillos, giant beavers. All these things are supposed to be here. But they were wiped out by an astronomical impact. So I think it's okay in them circumstances to restore them if we got the ability to do so, and we can begin to hunt these things again. And that's what we need to be doing. Eating meat, not farming. We're not supposed to farm. We become dependent on that, and it's poisonous to us. Every single plant food, you can find certain things in it that are toxins for humans. And everything about human design is about being a meat eater, a carnivore, a predator, a hunter. And people look at it like, well, where's our claws and teeth? Well, we didn't use claws and teeth. That's not how we evolved to kill. We evolved as tool users. Even the chimpanzees used simple tools. We went way beyond them. We figured out fire. We figured out flint napping. We figured out a lot of shit that we could use to get prey. To fire to scare predators off their kill, or to just scare predators away from you. Flint napping allowed you to make spears and hunt very big game, and traps and all kinds of stuff that they knew how to do, resulting in what we are today. Highly specialized to be obligate hyper carnivores. We're not supposed to eat any of these damn plants that people think are healthy. They just aren't. Michael says, Jen, very good question. I wonder how far that mammoth experiment has advanced. Did a duck break your audio? No. I just have it muted. Donald says, oh no, he will be on that question a while. Say what's next, Raptor? Is Raptor here? First I heard of it over 10 years ago. It shouldn't be hard for them to pull it off. They're so close to modern day elephants, the size isn't even that greatly different. So modern elephants could give birth to cloned mastodon fetuses. Mr. Hughes says, Jen, they're trying to bring everything back. They're going mad in labs, as you said. That DNA is the key to open a new world or to restore the world that we had. We evolved in this ecosystem with a whole lot of huge animals that we fed on, and they're all gone. And, you know, from the Younger Dryas impact. Randall Carlson, who we looked at, talk about the Guidestones earlier in this live stream, talks about that a lot. So, you know, bringing these things back is just restoring the ecosystem that we are supposed to be in right now. It isn't like they slowly evolved into something else and that's where they went, or that they dwindled into nothing based on pressures, you know, just in the ecosystem on Earth. No, a big freaking rock, an outside force came in and wiped them out. And since we're still here and we should care about our health and what we're supposed to eat and getting our proper prey back, then yeah, we should be cloning these creatures and bringing them back. It shouldn't even be a question. Now, people are going to be like, well, you know, a lot of these animals are dangerous. Yeah. So learn to live with them. Here in America, we had an American version of the lion, not mountain lions, like a big fucking lion. An American cheetah. We had the Smilodon, or saber-toothed tiger. We had some big predators. The cave bear, sucker was a lot bigger than a grizzly. These things are supposed to be here. The bison back then, like they were, the ones we have today are smaller survivor stock. They're basically are the same species, but they're way smaller than what was here 15,000 years ago. Jen says the goose named Duck got him for sure. Oh, that goose is a pussy. He tries to act like he's badass, but he's pussy. It's just another goose. Quackula. Michael says they were supposed to put the mammoth DNA in a pregnant elephant somehow. Yeah, it shouldn't be any issue as long as they got intact nuclear DNA from a frozen mammoth specimen. They just got to insert that into an embryo, and away you go. It's just a matter of implanting it in an existing elephant. And then she will get pregnant as if she had bred normally. Michael says, I want to see heavy metal elephant with long hair. What? Talk about the woolly mammoth. Donald says, I had a mallard change my whole perspective on hunting them when I got emotional about having to kill one after I winged it. That was the last animal I killed. Oh, man. That dog won't hunt. Donald's no longer a hunter. Chessboard's here. What's up, man? Icon says, Jen, I was reading a few weeks ago about the Ralph railfan photographer that got chased off by a guard goose that was watching over a business in Chicago. Jesus Christ. It's a goose. It's a goose. It can't really hurt you. Michael says he shot the goose. It fell out of the air on him and broke his collarbone. All right, now that changes things. That makes sense because there's no way in hell a pathetic ass goose is going to like attack a guy and break his collarbone. But if he shot one and it fell from up high, yeah, I can see how that might hurt somebody. It's going to make a big thump. Jen says Icon Joe got backed off by a goose a few weeks ago while working. Sign said beware of goose. Sign said beware of goose. You got if a goose comes at you, just go at him. Because if you start backing away, he knows he's got you bluffed. They're bluffing you. You walk towards him, he's going to, try to get away from you. He's not going to be like put up his dukes, say, "Let's go, mother." The mammoth steaks, yeah, man. Yeah. We'd have so much meat. See, this is a funny thing. Is like they're trying to say, cattle are contributing to global warming, blah, blah, blah. Cattle is a little freaking animal compared to the gigantic grazing animals we used to have in this ecosystem. The earth is made, this environment is made to have huge, massive animals, massive herds of these animals. I mean, we had camels in North America, big fucking camels. Apparently, this is where camels originated. So if this ecosystem's made to have all those gigantic creatures and they're gone now, and all we got's a piddly ass little cow. You don't think that fucking woolly mammoth was blowing some methane out its ass? That 10 cows couldn't match. It's just ridiculous, the nonsense. And of course now they're trying everything they can to take as much meat away from us as possible. Why? Because if you're not healthy, if you're not eating meat, and especially if you're not eating nothing but meat, you don't eat plants. Just try it. Eat only meat for a while. You'll see. Your mind is functioning better, and you're healthier, and you're stronger, and you're faster. You get better in every way, and you're not going to be as easy to render into submission, right? Because they can make you submit a lot better when you're not eating as a carnivore. They know that these effects happen to humans when they don't have meat. So they're trying to take it away. Donald says, "Do giant beavers build Hoover Dam-like structures?" Well, I don't know if there'd be Hoover Dam-like, but I'm sure they were building much bigger dams. Michael says, it was Mr. Fuller's cousin, Elijah Fuller. Betty says, hey. Chessboard saying hi to everybody. Welcome, Chessboard. Funny, I do have a second cousin named Elijah, says Donald. Icon says, there was a sign on the fence in Chicago that said mean goose. That was it. Yeah. Just walk up to it. And if it doesn't start to flee, grab it by the neck. Put your hand on its back and push it down to the ground. Don't make it sit down, Dominate the animal, and the animal will realize he's not bluffing you. Mr. Hughes says, Michael, do you know if Wagon has changed her email? I think that was lying, Mr. Fuller. He told me the goose story. Michael's rowboat. You were on Michael's rowboat with one oar, or you would have been here earlier. Jen says, LOL, Lycon. Yeah, they aren't friendly, but I guess if you raise it, there's a bond. Michael says, Mr. Hugh, I don't know anything about Wagon. Sorry. Round and round. The Bat Mom, welcome. She says, hey guys, today lasted forever. Fairly easy to befriend a chicken. Yeah, it was easy to befriend a lot of animals. You just give them food. Day seems to last weeks at times. Good to know. If you feed them, you're a friend. Batmom says, no, it's not. To befriend a chicken can get very dangerous. Why is that? Why is that? Chickens are just as easy to control. Hell, chickens are easier to control than a goose, I think. I don't know. I've never had any real problem with any of them. If any of them try to buck up, you just walk towards them. And generally, if you just put your hand down on their back and push them down on the ground, if they don't retreat. If they let you that close, then that's what you need to do. Like, don't freak out and run. Chicken starts trying to flog you. Don't freak out and run, because then they got you. They got you. Donald says, be funny when the mammoth comes out to be snaggle-toothed. Well, it might be. It might be. Nikki's here. Welcome. She says, I'm here just listening, folding clothes. I'm exhausted. First day on my feet. Busy day. Well, take it easy on that knee. Donald says, take it easy, take it easy, Nikki. You'll be laid up longer. Everybody's saying hello to Nikki. Packing for the camp. Yeah, packing for the camp. Me and Mr. Lee agreed that since Mogs is putting this little shindig on, and it's on the rim, me and Mr. Lee believe that we should insist on continuing to call it Mogs Rimmer. Donald says, I hope the kids are helping you, Nikki. She says, yes, they are. Mr. Hughes says, hope you and family have a nice time, Nikki, and stay safe. I'm sure they will. They'll be in a lot of good company. Says Michael. Says Mr. Hughes. Mr. Hughes says, Michael, I think you were right about the cops knowing Amy trick at times. Say what? Well, something I'm missing there, I guess. Something I'm missing there. So, she is live right now. Looks like, of course, Ken's still live. A lot of you still don't really know Ken, but he's not paranormal community. However, if you ever want to know the science that explains the paranormal, you can learn it from him. But he's not your typical like paranormal channel or anything. You know what I mean? He's a scientist. Modern Day Debate Channel's live. It looks like KGRADB is live. Northern Michigan. Bigfoot is live. Paranormal Chop Shop and Bigfoot Odyssey. Entity Paranormal. Investigators is on, and of course UFO Paranormal Radio is like live all the time. Somebody was live. Who was it that was live and it wasn't like YouTube wasn't showing me they were live? Somebody was. I swear YouTube tries to hide some shit. That mom says, how did a video show up of, are you saying Mr. Lee? Where did that happen? Jen says it's going on midnight for me. Gonna say good night all. Thanks, Lockbeard. Thanks for dropping by, Jen. Have a good night. Michael says, good night, Jen. Check under your bed for quackula. Lowrider says, soy is not your friend. Avoid Beyond Meat burgers. Yeah. Avoid soy in every way that you can. It's not food for humans. That's why I got all hacked off at that lady from the Netherlands and the government who was saying, you know, well, y'all import all this soy for the cows to eat. You know, we could just eat that ourselves. No, you stupid fucking bitch. No. Light a candle or something. Chessboard says, Michael, hey, Woody, had you put Betty out of the boat? Quackula, no quackula. Danny says, you can see Mr. Lee 3PO face reveal video right here on Danny Stanton channel. Play it for everyone. Are you serious? Oh boy. Did you make it or something? Because I was going to make, I don't know. I wasn't sure how I was going to make it work. I was going to make a short clip of a video that was going to have Mr. Lee 3PO's face. Well, where in the heck? Man, I got too many subscriptions. They go on and on and on. All right. This ain't working. See if I can find this Mr. Lee. Which channel is it on? Is it on? It's on the Danny Stanton channel. Yeah, I might be able to pull it up. Oh shit! I thought I was subbed to that. What in the hell? Did YouTube unsub me? They do that shit sometimes. The famous Mr. Lee 3PO face revealed from Moog's live stream. Well, yeah, he just showed that picture of him. Donald says, I gotta get up early and change the fuel pump on my van. Piece of shit. Good night, folks. All right, man. Mr. Hughes says, Michael Jen will get in touch with Goggle Gel. Michael says, Betty had to swim because she wouldn't shave her legs. Of course, she made it. I'm serious. Platt did it, or Platt it. What? She's a footballer. Did hear a shot. Paramedics here. Welcome. Does anyone know anything about the comment that keeps showing up in my video box? No. The one I'm on, Danny Stanton. It's short. Yep. The last comment I saw was on a scrub brush. On a hopper. Mr. Lee looks like, Danny says, Mr. Lee looks like a young Rob Halford at a bloody G bar. I don't fully understand that comment. Michael says, hello, South Carolina.
The famous Mr. Lee from Muggs' live stream.
The famous Mr. Lee, huh? Yeah, I don't know if Mr. Lee, like, I got some pictures of Mr. Lee, but I don't know how cool he is with people seeing the pictures. So, like, I showed that one, but it was really small, and you really couldn't. Looks like this, it's blurry. You can't see him hardly. New person in the chat, Andy Broad says the last comment I saw was Hellbop. Welcome to the chat, Andy. Donald says, is something going down? The F-35 just flew overhead north. Oh, shoot. They're probably just trying to flex their muscles. They think they're going to spook the Eternus Empire. They shall not. We fear nothing. We're taking over. Get over it. Lowrider says, Mr. Lee looks like he doesn't eat organ meats. Icon says, that's not Mr. Lee, that's his body double. Danny says, LL Rob Halford, lead singer from Judas Priest's Leather Chains and Other Things, G-Bar. Fill in the blank, dude. Paramedic says, I gathered he was around 50 with a full beard. Yeah, he shaved, I guess for a job or something. Don't do it, Mr. Lee. But it's too late. It's too late. Yep. Oh, shit. Don't know if that's firecracker or gun. Somebody, Paranormal Chop Shop is live right now. Let's pop them on the screen, I guess. Danny says, admit it, that's funny. Oh, that kind of bar. Well, whatever floats his boat. 9mm. Mr. Hughes says, 5 o'clock here, smoke, then pillow, later, Lockbeard. It's 5 o'clock where you're at? It's almost 11 here. Yeah, the lowrider says, take cover. Well, I don't know why they be. It's nighttime in the country. Maybe they had to shoot a coon or something. Raccoon. Yep, dog's spooked. No, there's no room in here right now. I got too much shit in there. No marbles. You're gonna be okay. It was one shot. It's one shot. That poor dog cannot handle that kind of noise. Icon says, good night, Mr. Hugh. So is Sandra. Chessboard. Michael says, protect Hugh Mountain, Mr. Hugh. Paramedic says, comment is called K2. People are freaking each other out. Joking it's going to hit us. Very recently discovered, I guess. Well, hopefully it hits Washington. It'll fix a lot of problems for us. That mom says, we had military jets 4 in a row. Reminded me of when Blue Angels are here every year. They were not the Blue Angels. No, there's not room in here right now. Sorry. Poor dog. And let's see who else is live. Northern Michigan Bigfoot. Yep. Yeah, I think so. It was just one shot. But it's got that dog spooked. She wants in here bad. I don't know. You're not any safer in here from that kind of shit, dog. Golden Knights, who are they? Huh? I don't know who you're talking about. Bat Mom says, oh, geez, I'm 4 minutes behind. Are you? Paramedic says, Canada's version of the Blue Angels, I believe. No, Marvels. You can't get in here. There's too much stuff in here right now. A big old box of bee supplies. Bucket of sand and stuff. Let me see what else.
Here, hon, I packed you some cheesy proofs and happy tards. Don't worry, Miss Carbon. We'll take good care of them.
I'll turn that off. They have a cryptid. There's a cryptid in this episode. See if I can find. Where's it at? Yeah, maybe right there. You're not in Canada. Who said you were in Canada? Chessport says, paramedic, I read last week the comet has been traveling for 3 million years. It was spotted in 2017. Icon says, I'm off for the night. Y'all have a good evening. Lowrider quotes Eric Cartman, respect my authority. They're coming right for us.
It's the real scuttlebutt! What? Scuttlebutt where?
Hi kids, I'm TV's Patrick Duffy.
What is that thing?
That's Scuttlebutt!
Yeah, he has Patrick Duffy for a leg and weaves baskets. This isn't happening! Everyone look away, please! Nothing to see here!
Where exactly does the canyon go? Here, hon, I packed you some cheesy.
Yeah, they'll probably try and pop a copyright claim.
a cop, and you will respect my authority.
Under Article 39, Section 2 of Police.
I want to be a sergeant.
Yes, officer.
Clocked 40 miles an hour back there. You know what the speed limit is here?
Well, according to that sign right there, it's 40 miles an hour.
Step out of the car, please, sir.
Wait a second. Aren't you Stan's little friend?
Sir, step out of the car, please.
Yeah, you're the one who always plugs up the toilet at our house.
I'm a cop, and you will respect my authority.
Yeah, right. You better get back to school, little boy.
Oh! Get your ass to jail!
Ow! What the hell are you doing? You can't do that! Ow! Ow!
Paramedic says, I wonder how they know when it started our way. Well, that's the thing. Like, how do they know? You know? I mean, they say these things, and they guess some stuff, and they don't really know. Batmom says, I don't think anyone did. I'm just talking nonsense. Just where it says paramedic, the use common core math. Batmom says, dang, that audio was loud. Yeah, I don't know. Like, did it echo too, or was it just loud? I don't know why this works sometimes and don't work other times. Batmom's cranky? Well, I guess that happens sometimes. Stoppable like that star is 40 million light years away. Both. Yep. Yeah, if I can get this. Remember this dumb shit? That mom says, Haywood, really, homeboy? Uh-oh.
There's something about this little tale that interests me.
Well, I'll be damned.
I think it's this actor. Yes. The others are good, but this one, we're talking a real bleeding man type. He's a regular gory Cooper, a Robert Redford. And that voice, I can swear it reminds me of someone I know.
Man, that shit was stupid. Hungry? Just asking. Tales from the Crypt, yep. Batmom says, hey, but I wasn't until you said that. Now, Skeeter, he isn't hurting no one. November election's about 4.5 months away. I don't want to eat crickets. Yeah, fucking crickets. That mom says, chessboard, no. I worked from 9 till 35 minutes ago. Exhausted times 100. Yep, that's a long day. Long day.
And now, together at last, Iggy Azalea and Elvis.
Ah, Bradwick.
Have a holly jolly Christmas. It's the best time of that. Have a cup of.
Ah, we brought so we.
Kenny, how about you try?
I can't make love to you until we get a king-size bed.
Okay. Kenny, can I talk to you over here real quick?
Kenny and home ec class. Sanders says, dang that, Mom, I guess you are tired. Chessboard says, the Bat Mom, I sympathize. Yeah, that Mom worked too long today. What are you doing here? Shouldn't you be heading to bed? Lowrider says, I've never shook hands with a ghost, but you saw Joe do it. Joe shook hands with a ghost? That Mom says I don't sleep well. Chessboard says to Michael, are you on no-dose? Lowrider says, oh, Biden. You never shook hands with a ghost, but you saw Joe do it? He shook hands with a ghost? Oh, yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Dude's, like, gone. Michael says, no, sir, no stimulants for me. No dose sucks. Well, if you're used to having a little more than just caffeine. Tim Boy's here. He says, what's this dog want? He's all excited about something. You hear that dog? excited about something. Tim Boy says, tried to slip one by me, Lockbeard. No, I wasn't trying to. Almost did, though.
Level out, come on.
Sad and scary. Joe Biden is, yeah. That mom says, Locky, you got company. Yeah, barking at some animal out there, or Sasquatch or something. Tim Boy. Oh, they're not my dogs. These are dogs that live out here. They're farm dogs. They're not mine. Paramedic says, Timmy. Timmy? So, I'm surprised that there hasn't been, because people like they see a werewolf movie and then they see Dogman, right? They see like the V television series where the lizard people can masquerade as humans, put the fake skin on them, and then they look like they're human. And then people start imagining that, you know, the world's elite are a bunch of reptilians, you know. So why haven't people started to imagine man bear pig is a real thing? Sanders says, good night, my friends. Till tomorrow. Be safe. Take care. Good night. Good night. Yeah, man bear pig is legit, man. Look at that thing. See that shit? People should be scared of some man bear pig. Give it time. People start seeing man bear pig out there. Yeah. I mean, why not? They believed the Al Gore about global warming. He was super serial. Goddamn shit. So see, that could be the next big cryptid. Thought these were really cool. Whoops.
Set us free. All of us, Father. British Kadala Virodo. Kadarova. In a Keda Black. Truth based on shame. Humans. Humans have forgotten the gods, destroyed the earth for what? Parking lots. Shopping malls. Greeters burned a hole in their heart that will never be filled. They will never have enough. Is the Eder not on dead in Doheny? Is the Eder not need for COVID in the deal? On. Look at this place. Where is the honor? Father, you were once a proud warrior. When did you become dead? I have returned from exiles to wage war and reclaim our land, our right. And for that, I have to call upon the help of all of my youth, and they will answer. The good, the bad, and the worst. Is nourishing. The shade of good there in medicine.
Yep, Hellboy. Yeah. I didn't care for the remake. If they were going to make more Hellboy, I thought they should have continued with the same, what they'd already built up with the first two movies. But they wanted to try and reboot it, and then, of course, people didn't like it because it was all just, it was wrong. I mean, some people liked it, but not that many. Not that many. So, Lowrider, why were you bringing up Greek fire earlier? Chessboard says, thanks, Lockbeard. Good night, folks. Blessings to all. You too, Chessboard. Yeah, I wasn't planning on going live tonight, but a few of y'all were saying, hey, go live. So here we are. But we've been on 2 hours, and I'm tired, and people are dropping like flies, so it's late. Lowrider says things we can't understand. Oh, for all we know, they were just hurling a block of pure sulfur at their enemy or something. Who knows? Who knows what they had? It was probably something fairly simple. I mean, they have different theories about what it might have been, but that mom says everyone is tired today. It's the government. Yeah, it's the government. Well, I woke up at around 4 a.m., I guess. So I've been going a while. Paramedic says I better get also 4:30 comes early. All right, paramedic, we'll see you later. Lowrider says another day, perhaps. That mom says good night, everyone. Thank y'all for hanging out.
Be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, because subscribing makes you feel good.